Okay, so once again, our topic for today is very interesting actually. That is network, basic and network security zone. Again, show my face. Right. So again, our organizational information technology environments are constantly changing. No, driven by factors such as telecommunicating, cloud technologies, especially at present, and BYOD or bring your own device policies. And this requires modular and dynamic architectures in place. So allowing flexibility while still maintaining a rigid security posture. So one of the most foundational ways to accomplish this through the use of network security zone, and which will take a look at this. Okay, and we'll cover. We will looking forward to cover common security zone types and also zone filtering policy consideration for it. Okay, for us to give more details about the discussion, let us welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Good morning, classmate. Good morning, sir. Our report is all about basic network zones. So what is a firewall? A firewall is a security device, computer hardware or software, that can help protect your network by filtering traffic and blocking outsiders from gaining unauthorized access to the private data on your computer. Not only does a firewall block unwanted traffic, it can also help block malicious software from infecting your computer. Firewalls can provide different levels of protection. The key is determining how much protection you need. How do firewalls work? A firewall acts as a gatekeeper. It monitors attempts to gain access to your operating system and blocks unwanted traffic or unrecognized sources. How does it how does it do this? A firewall acts as a barrier or filter between your computer and another network such as the internet. You could think of a firewall as a traffic controller. It helps to protect your network and information by managing your network traffic. This includes blocking unsolicited incoming network traffic and validating access by assessing network traffic for anything malicious like hackers and malware. Your operating system and your security software usually come with a pre-installed firewall. It's a good idea to make sure those features are turned on. Also, check your security settings to be sure they are configured to run updates automatically. Do you need a firewall? Firewalls represent a first line of defense in home network security. Your home network is only as secure as its least protected device. That's where a network security system comes in. A firewall should not be your only consideration for securing your home network. It's important to make sure all your internet-enabled devices, including mobile devices, have the latest operating system, web browsers, and security software. Another consideration, securing your wireless router. This might include changing the name of your router from the default ID and password it came with from the manufacturer, reviewing your security options and setting up a guest network for visitors to your home. Do firewalls prevent viruses? Firewalls manage access to your network, where antivirus software serves as cyber protection from malicious viruses. What are the types of firewalls? There are software and hardware firewalls. Each format serves a different but important purpose. A hardware firewall is a physical, like a broadband router, stored between your network and gateway. A software firewall is internal, a program on your computer that works through port numbers and applications. There are also cloud-based firewalls, known as firewall as a service. One benefit of cloud-based firewall is that they can grow with your organization and similar to hardware firewalls, do well with perimeter security. There are several different types of firewalls based on their structure and functionality. The various firewalls you can implement depending on the size of your network and the level of security that you need.
Ano po yung full screen? F5. Hello, kita na po ba?
Yes, go ahead.
Types of firewall. Packet filtering firewalls. A packet filtering firewall is a management program that can block network traffic IP protocol, an IP address, and port number. This type of firewall is the most basic form of protection and is meant to for smaller networks. But beware, while packet filtering firewalls can be helpful, they also have limitations. Because all web traffic is allowed, a packet filtering firewall doesn't block web-based attacks. So, you need additional protection to distinguish between friendly and malicious web traffic. Proxy server firewalls. The proxy server firewall is a system that can help protect your network security by filtering messages at the application layer. It is essentially serves as a gateway or middleman between your internal network and outside servers on the web. This is also known as a gateway firewall. It is more secure in its useful of stateful and deep packet inspection technology to analyze incoming traffic. Stateful multi-layer inspection or SMLI firewalls. The stateful multi-layer inspection firewall has standard firewall capabilities and keeps track of established connections. It filters traffic based on state, port, and protocol, along with an administrator-defined rules and context. This involves using data from prior connections and packets from the same connections. So as you seen in the picture, the firewall is the so next na lang pala. Unified Threat Management UTM firewalls. A Unified Threat Management firewall is a program that combines the functions of the SMLI firewall with intrusion prevention and antivirus. Additional services like cloud management may be included under the UTM umbrella of services. Just like you seen at the picture, the UTM provides all the firewalls. Next generation firewalls or NGFW. Next generation firewalls are more sophisticated than packet filtering and stateful inspection firewalls. Why? They have more levels of security, going beyond standard packet filtering to inspect a packet in its entirety. That means inspecting not just the packet header, but also a packet's contents and source. NGF, NGFW are able to block more sophisticated and evolving threats like advanced malware. The NGFW are able to block more sophisticated and evolving threats like advanced malware. That's it in the picture. Network address translation or NAT firewalls. A NAT firewall is able to assess internet traffic and block unsolicited communications. In other words, it only accepts inbound web traffic if a device on your private network solicited it. Virtual firewalls. A virtual firewall is an appliance used in a cloud-based system, both private and public. This type of firewalls is used to assess and manage internet traffic over both physical and virtual networks. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so as our presenter mentioned, no, a security zone is a portion of network that has a specific security requirement set. So Each zone consists of a single interface or a group of interfaces to which a security policy is applied. So these zones are typically separated using a layer 3 device such as firewall. So in a very broad sense, no, a firewall is used to monitor traffic destined to and originating from a network. So traffic is either allowed or denied based on a predetermined set of rules called the access control list, or ACL for short. Although there are many different types of firewall, a firewall must have the following properties: must be resistant to attacks, must be able to inspect traffic between networks, and must have the ability to filter traffic. The number of networks we can create on a firewall depends on the number of physical ports available. Take note of it. Again, the number of networks we can create on a firewall depends on the number of physical ports available. Generally speaking, no, a standard firewall implementation involves separating trusted traffic and untrusted traffic. So proper firewall implementation creates two basic security zones known as inside and outside. Okay, so the inside or trusted zone is also referred to as a private zone. As the name implies, this zone contains assets and systems that should not be accessed by anyone outside the organization. And this include user workstation, printers, non-public servers, and anything else, no, that considered to be an internal resource. Devices found have private IP addresses assigned in the network. On the other hand, the outside or untrusted zone is also known as a public zone. So this zone is considered to be outside the control of the organization and can be thought of as simply the public internet. So the third basic security zone is called the DMZ, or the demilitarized zone. Resources in the DMZ required external access from the outside zone. It is common to see public-facing servers in the DMZ, such as email, web, or application servers, because a DMZ allows public access to these resources without putting the private inside zone resources at risk. So the zone filtering policies, we have inside to outside and inside to DMZ, outside to inside, DMZ to inside, and outside to DMZ, and DMZ to outside. Okay, so in the case of the network security zone, a firewall enforces the access control policy, determining which traffic is allowed to pass between the configured zones, and with this common three zones implementations are several recommended zone filtering policies, as I mentioned earlier. So I think that's it for the basic and network zone.